What do a slot machine in Las Vegas and the device in your hand right now have in common? They are both engineered by some of the smartest people on the planet to exploit the exact same glitch in your brain. We joke about being addicted to our phones. We laugh about our screen time, but neuroscientists aren't laughing. We are currently living through the largest uncontrolled neurological experiment in human history. And the early evidence suggests that our devices aren't just distracting us, they are quietly rewiring how we think, how we feel, and how we function. In the next 10 minutes, we're going to look at the hard science of the scroll. We'll talk about the dopamine trap, what constant switching does to your focus, what researchers are finding in the brain, and how you can begin taking your mind back. Let's start with a misunderstanding. Most people think dopamine is about pleasure. You think you scroll because it makes you happy. That's wrong. Dopamine is not the chemical of enjoyment. It's the chemical of craving. It pushes you to seek more, to check again, to refresh the page just in case. Decades ago, psychologists discovered something called a variable reward schedule. If a mouse presses a lever and gets food every single time, it eventually gets bored and walks away. But if the mouse presses the lever and sometimes gets food, sometimes nothing, and sometimes a big reward, that mouse becomes obsessed. It will keep pressing until it's exhausted. Now think about your phone. That tiny swipe, that pull to refresh gesture, is mechanically identical to pulling a slot machine lever. When you unlock your phone, you don't know what you're going to get. A boring email? No reward. A message from your crush? Huge reward. A viral video? Medium reward. Your brain releases dopamine before you even see what's there, in anticipation of the uncertainty. You're not addicted to the content itself. You're addicted to the possibility that this next scroll might be the good one. Be honest for a moment. Since you started this video, how many times have you felt the urge to check your notifications? You might even be watching this while scrolling through something else. When I checked my screen time while writing this script, I saw 140 pickups in a single day. That means 140 self-inflicted interruptions. If your numbers look anything like that, it's important to understand what this constant interruption is doing to your hardware. Your brain has a property called neuroplasticity. Neurons that fire together, wire together. This means your brain physically reshapes itself based on what you do repeatedly. If you practice piano for hours a day, the region that controls your fingers becomes denser and more efficient. But neuroplasticity works in both directions. If you spend hours rapidly switching attention from Netflix to TikTok to messaging to email, your brain adapts. You become trained in distraction. You become uncomfortable with stillness. You become a master at staying unfocused. Research from the University of California, Irvine, found that after a single interruption, it takes about 23 minutes to get back into a state of deep focus. Think about that. If you check your phone every 10 minutes, you are mathematically incapable of entering deep work. You live in a kind of shallow cognitive breathing. And over time, the neural pathways for sustained concentration weaken. You don't just lose time, you lose the ability to focus. Now let's talk about the physical side, phrased carefully and accurately. At the front of your brain, you have the prefrontal cortex, the CEO. It handles logic, long-term planning, and self-control. Deeper inside is the limbic system, the emotional, impulsive brain that wants immediate reward. Normally, the prefrontal cortex keeps the limbic system in check. But when your day is filled with constant interruptions, alerts, and fast reward loops, the emotional system dominates more often. Studies published in journals like Addictive Behaviors have observed a correlation between severe smartphone dependence and lower gray matter volume in regions associated with cognitive control. This does not mean your phone is physically melting your brain, but the pattern is concerning enough that scientists are paying close attention. Even without brain structure questions, there's the problem of ego depletion. Every time you resist checking a buzz or decide whether to keep scrolling, you burn a small amount of mental energy. By mid-afternoon, if you've been on your phone all morning, that energy is already drained. This is why you struggle to focus at work later, why you skip the gym, why you reach for junk food at night. Your phone has quietly siphoned away the willpower you needed for your real life. There's one more piece of the puzzle: stopping cues. In the past, media had natural endings. The newspaper ran out of pages. The TV episode ended. The book reached the end of a chapter. These were signals to your brain to pause. Modern platforms remove them. Your feeds never end. You can scroll forever. No natural stopping point means no trigger to disengage. Combine that with the fear of missing out, and you keep your nervous system in a low-level state of stress, always expecting the next hit of stimulation. When your phone buzzes, your body releases cortisol, the stress hormone. So you enter a loop. The phone stresses you out, so you scroll to numb the stress, which exposes you to more stimuli, which stresses you further. It's a perfectly engineered anxiety machine. This is the bad news. Now for the good news. Your brain is not broken. Neuroplasticity works both ways. You can rewire your attention, but you can't rely on willpower alone. You need friction, small barriers that interrupt the automatic impulse to check your phone. Start with physical distance. Don't charge your phone in your bedroom. Use a regular alarm clock. Give your brain the first 20 or 30 minutes of the day without digital stimulation. Let it wake up naturally without a dopamine blast. Next, try grayscale mode. Turning your screen black and white removes the color triggers that pull your eyes back into apps. It makes your phone look like a tool, not a toy. Many people say this change alone reduces their urge to open distracting apps. Finally, embrace boredom. This is the hardest step. The next time you're in an elevator, waiting in line, or sitting on a bus, resist the urge to open your phone. Just exist in the moment. Listen to your thoughts. Observe your surroundings. That itch you feel, that discomfort, is evidence of what your phone has been doing to your mind. But if you can sit with it, even for a minute, your brain begins to reset. Your attention is the most valuable currency you have. Corporations spend billions to capture it, second by second. Don't give it away for free. The next time you reach for your phone, pause and ask yourself, who benefits from this, me or the machine? If you want to start right now, try this experiment. When this video ends, turn off your phone for just 1 hour. No airplane mode. No, just checking. 1 hour. See what happens. You might discover that silence isn't as scary as it feels, and that somewhere beneath all the noise, your mind has been waiting to breathe again.